Welcome back to another exciting video from Tuckasegee Fly Shop. Big mess back in the house. Thank God, glad to be back. Want to talk to you folks today about swivels and tippet rings and where you might use those things. When you go out on a guide trip with us, you'll see a lot of the guides using tippet rings and even now swivels. And for those of you folks who make your leaders, these are some tools that are readily available to you out there. But if you've not had any experience with them, let's talk about them. The first thing I want to address is tippet rings. Tippet rings have been around for a long time. Tippet rings are not going to spook the fish. I don't care if you're throwing a dry fly or a nymph, you're perfectly golden using tippet rings. And they are easy to use. So what happens with a tippet ring, you're going to have your leader and you're going to have a spot at the end of your leader that you have a ring tied to it. Just like this here. I'm going to give you an example. So you come down to your leader and you come down to where you're going to start hitting your tippet section. You have a little tippet ring tied in, okay? From this point here, you would take your tippet material, tie your knot, and then tie your fly. So for instance, if you're using a furl leader and you're throwing dry flies, the furl leader is going to come to a tippet ring, and at that point you add your tippet to it and then your fly. These are not going to spook your fish. They're great tools. The benefit of these is as follows. You save your butt section of your leader because you're not consistently clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. Plus, you're not having to tie a blood knot or a surge's knot out there. All you got to do is your favorite type of clinch knot or improved clinch to this right here. So it's a little bit quicker as well, but you really preserve that butt section of your leader. If you're making your nymphing leaders per se, and you make your cider material, for instance, like right here, I would take this end where I would go to my tippet ring, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the 3mm size. They come in a 2 and a 3. I like the 3. A 3 is a little bit bigger for those of us who are visually challenged. This makes it easier, and I suggest doing this at home. Try not to do it on the stream, but some people do. And when they come, they are on a clip like this here. And you don't want to remove these until you've tied it on, okay? Make sure that you have tied it on, because if you take it off of here, being able to hold this would be next to near impossible. It's doable, but it's not the easiest thing to do. So you would have your material like so. You can tell how low this rubber band is, okay? You would take your material, and I'm going to try to turn it towards you because to make it easy for you folks at home, I'm going to separate the one closest to the area that I can take it off. Okay, so we're going to pretend like I've tied my knot like so on the tippet ring. You see that? And then what you do is you open up the little clasp on here and you remove your tippet ring. So this is going to open up like so. I have to open it toward me. And then you would slide that off, close it back so you don't lose your tippet rings, okay? Like I said, do this at home. I do know some folks who have actually pinned to their packs up here, which is quite impressive if you can do it on the stream. I prefer the 3mm over the 2mm because they're just a little bit bigger in size. If you can tell the difference between a 2mm and a 3mm. But either one of them, you're not going to spook the fish. Most of the ones, if not all, that we have in the shop, when you get your leaders that have like a nymphing leader, for instance, your Euro nymphing leader, it will have the 2mm ring on it, which is this one here. Go with the one that you like to use, but this is our end result, is this guy here. I've used them a lot. They will not spook your fish, people. They've been around for a long time, so don't let that deter you from using them. You can take, for instance, you could take you a 9-foot, a 7.5-foot leader. You could buy you a pack of leaders. You could go down and feel where it goes from that thick to your thin tippet section. You could cut that with your nippers, tie a tippet ring to it, reattach that tippet. You're ready to go. You've taken and you've extended the life and the value of your dollar by doing that. It's going to allow you, all you have to do is just take your tippet spool, pull out what you need, tie it, and go. That simple. The other thing that's come onto the market, and it has to do more with the nymphing game than the dry fly game, has been micro swivels. Swivels in fishing has been around for a long time, especially in a lake game, okay? Lake fishing, whether you're a crappie, things of that nature, you're fishing with live bait. But swivels, the great thing about a swivel is they keep your line from twisting up and they rotate. They come in various sizes. We have two companies, Scientific Anglers. We have the micro swivels. There's a 10-pack of these here. There's 10 per pack. They are black in color. They're great for rigging your leader and your tippet. It does prevent twisting with your large air-resistant flies. You can use them for streamers. You can use them for poppers. You can use them for nymphs. Certainly can do that. They do come in 3 different sizes, but we have the small, which are the micro there. But in the Rio, we have 3 different sizes. Your Rio, same benefits there. They are black in color. Your small is considered a 30-pound. Your medium is a 40-pound. And your large is a 50-pound swivel. They do swivel at the top and the bottom. And what they would look like, or just giving an example of how you could do this here, is you could have your leader rigged up, but you see the little micro swivel here hanging off this loop. And when this is out there and you go cast it, it's just going to rotate. It's not going to twist. And that's the real big benefit of this here too. And the way this is rigged, it's going to hinge for you like on a 90-degree angle. But you can see I'm just twisting that right there, and we're not twisting up the leader at all. Okay, that's the benefit of having those swivels. I think if you're one of those persons who's doing a lot of nymphing, this is going to come in handy there for you. But potentially maybe on the streamer game, you'd have to give that a try for sure. We have them in stock. They're probably on our online store at flyshopusa.com. If you have any questions, you can call us at 828-488-3333. Or if you're in Bryson City, come and see us down there right across from the train depot. If you're in the big town of Waynesville, right down below the courthouse there. And in Silva, we're right here on Main Street. Appreciate you folks for watching. And if y'all have a question, drop it in the comment section down below. Appreciate you. Y'all take care.